Welcome to Mailbox Monday for January 28th. This week I think it's 8 books. I got quite a few for review and then some that I bought. Alright. Sorry, I'm adjusting the camera because it looks funny. Alright, the first one I got for review is from the Amazon Live program, and this is Firebrand by Gillian Phillip, and this is Rebel Angels Book 1. This is supposed to be a start to a new urban fantasy series that features I never know how to say it, but fairies, basically the Sith. Anyways, it looks good. I was curious to try it out. The cover is actually really pretty. If you're watching this on my blog, you can look down below. It's got a kind of neat cover. So I'm excited to read this. It should be a good read. The next one I got through Amazon Vine was Holy Spokes, a Biking Bible for Everyone by Rob Copalillo. I do a lot of cycling in the summer, not so much in the winter obviously because there's a lot of snow and ice in the ground in Minnesota. But I've gotten a couple of biking books, and so it's just kind of fun to read. And this supposedly has some history about like how biking came to be, and also some maintenance and stuff like that. So it says it includes in-depth information about bike types, mechanics, and maintenance, profiles from a raucous cast of health, racing, and travel experts, sidebars that highlight common pitfalls and offer great ideas about how to pursue your passion while on 2 wheels, and annotated illustrations and tear-out cheat sheet and repair guide. So it's always nice to learn about how to keep my bike in good shape, because sometimes we have problems when we go on really long rides. Alright, I got this one to review through Amazon Vine. Also, this is the second book in the Celestial Blues series by Vicki Peterson. I first started reading Vicki Peterson when she wrote the Signs of the Zodiac series, which started out as a really cool series, and to be honest, I didn't like the last few books in the series. But I kind of like this series. This is a urban fantasy paranormal type of series, but the main character, Catherine Craig, Kit, is she's kind of a rockabilly fan, so she always dresses kind of old-fashioned like, and she is, I guess her boyfriend kind of is a investigator, but also a ghost named Griffin Shaw, and I think he's a type of angel or ghost or whatever. He's a minor angel. Anyways, I liked the first one. It wasn't like stunning, but it was a pretty good read, and I like kind of how it was kind of like a urban fantasy with a little bit of old-fashioned flair to it. So we'll see how this one is. Vicki Peterson has always been like a solid read for me, but never really exceptional. She does some really creative stuff, but her writing doesn't necessarily blow me away. It's just kind of fun and entertaining. Alright, the next one I got for review is City of 1,000 Dolls by Miriam Forster? Sorry. Oh, I should mention when these publish. This one comes out in February, so pretty soon. I think it's the beginning of February. This book already came out, I believe it was in January, the end of January. The Lost publishes mid-March, so this one will publish in a month and a half. This one also comes out the beginning, I think mid-February. It's The City of 1,000 Dolls by Miriam Forster, and it's recommended for fans of The Girl of Fire and Thorns and Graceling, which I love both those books. So this is a young adult fantasy. It's about, well, I can just read you the back real quick because it's hard to describe. Nisha was abandoned at the gates of the City of 1,000 Dolls when she was a child. Now 16, she makes her way as matron's assistant on the grounds of the remote estate where orphan girls apprentice as musicians, healers, courtesans, and assassins. Only when Nisha begins a forbidden flirtation with the handsome young courier does she let herself imagine a life outside the city's walls, until one by one girls around her start to die. So I believe she's training as an assassin, and she has to figure out why all these girls are dying. So it sounds really good. I hope it is really good. Okay, then I swapped one book this week on Paperback Swap. And this is such a beautiful copy. Whoever gave this to me, it's like brand new. So yay for that. Sometimes I get some paperback copies for Paperback Swap that have been well read. This is Savvy by Ingrid Law, and I've been meaning to read this forever, but I haven't. And I've heard so much about it, and I'm hoping it's one that me and my son can read together. It's a beautiful book. It's all like metallic and cool looking. This is about a girl who lives in a society when people 13 they get their savvy, which is like their special power, and when her her papa has an accident right before her birthday. She has to go on an adventure to save her family, something like that. So, it sounds good. I'm looking forward to reading it. Trying to see if there's any pictures or anything here. Not really. Should be a good read. Alright, then the next 3 I bought, and I've been trying not to buy books, but there's a lot of really books coming out, good books coming out the end of January, beginning of February, and so I had to buy these because I keep them anyways, so I might as well go ahead and buy them. The first one I bought was book 11 in the Last Apprentice series. This is a middle grade fantasy horror series, and this is book 11. It's called Slither. And these have all been about Tom Ward and the spook in Alice and how they are trying to defeat the fiend. So they are kind of spooky. So they're middle grade fiction, but they are a little bit spooky, and I mean, they always have these really cool pictures at the beginning of each chapter. And then on the back it says, warning, not to be read after dark, especially page 78. So they're very well put together. They're very good stories. I've really enjoyed them. They're kind of dark, but just really well done. So I'm really looking forward to reading that. The next one I bought was Boundless by Cynthia Ham. This is the final book in the Unearthly series. And these books are all about Clara, who finds out that she is part angel, and she was trying to find her purpose in the first book. And so now she's trying to battle against the Black Wings, which are kind of like the evil angels. This is the final book in the series. It's a beautiful book. All of it's done in silver and this very pretty, shiny, pearlescent pink. All of them have been very beautiful books. I actually read the first 2 as ARCs, and so I had to get it. I'm so excited to see how that ends. And the last book that I got this week, and I also bought, is the most recent Fables trade back, and this is Cubs in Toyland. So I'm trying to remember what issues this collects. It always says somewhere in here. I don't remember. It said online what issues this is, but anyways, this is the one that's after Inherit the Wind. It's Cubs in Toyland, and based on the title, I'm going to guess it's about Snow White and Bigby's children, and them taking over as the winter wind, the north wind. Anyways, okay. Sorry, I'm like having a lot of trouble talking today for some reason. That's all I got this week. So it was 8 books, and I know, again, I'm trying to get less books, but there's a lot of really good ones coming out, especially in February. I've got like this huge list of books that are in series that I really want to read. So hopefully I'm trying to get a lot of them from the library, but some of them I end up buying. Other than that, let's see, it's been very, very cold in Minnesota. I believe we were having -20 to -30 wind chills, which is really cold. That's when you walk out and your eyeballs freeze, and that's never fun. But tomorrow we're supposed to hit mid-30s, so I'm hoping we can spend some time outside. That's all I got this week for Mailbox Monday, and I hope you guys had a wonderful week as well and got lots of great stuff to read, and I will talk to you next week.